Hello, and welcome to the Silent Hill Ascension pre-show. I'm Noah, and I'm here with the wonderful Layla, who's gonna take us through the random show.
Of course. Hi, Noah. Good to see you again. As per usual, welcome to the pre-show. It starts at 5:40 p.m. Pacific. I believe production should have a graphic for us. And then the show itself will, as per always, start at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then as soon as the endurance scene is over, you can come back and see us again for the post-show. And we'll have a great time, won't we, Noah?
Yes, we're gonna have such a swell time dealing with our traumas together. But really, I'm so happy to have you here, Layla. We're both so stoked to have you, the audience, here, because this Silent Hill essentially is a socially interactive streaming series where all of you, audience members, collectively shape and experience the evolving story together. So collaborate and compete with others to make choices you want. And when each decision ends, that choice locks in as canon. So that's the version that everybody's gonna see, and it's canon shaped by you, the participating audience, every day. So every day you can be part of the Silent Hill canon. And let's look at the scene from this week where Toby, Rachel, and the Foundation members saw some proof maybe of the withering. Production, can you please show that?
Whoever was here that night, they killed Ingrid, not me.
I believe you. You're a good man. My sister was lucky to have you.
Look at that. I've been going on forever.
I'm just glad I'm still alive to listen. You could have killed me, you know.
I'm sorry. I haven't been myself lately. Hope I haven't scared you off.
I'm not going anywhere. Though I do need to figure out where I'm staying. When I heard the news, I sort of packed up and ran.
Unfortunately, we only have the one hotel in town.
And it's made of ice.
You know, I've got plenty of room here.
Oh, I don't want to impose. And I'm not sure Astrid would be comfortable with it. I think she's still angry with me.
That was a long time ago. I'm sure she's over it by now.
Astrid's her mother's daughter, and my niece. We are notorious for our grudges.
Maybe you could stay with her. Heal some old wounds. I don't think you've met Orson yet. He's very sweet.
I don't know. I'm sure I can get used to the hotel. How cold could it be?
Listen, don't go checking in just yet. Let me think on this. There's no reason family should go sleeping in a hotel. We need each other. Now more than ever.
Yes, we do.
So that was great to see. We're actually going to talk about that a little bit later. But meanwhile, Layla, I'm really excited to see the scene again, the iconic scene from last week where Toby throws a Molotov cocktail. Wait, sorry, spoiler. Well, not spoilers, it already happened. Production, please help us and show us the correct video.
We're here. We're on top of this. We've got this.
It's all going great. And no, okay, so what happened here? Let's unpack this. We were at Rachel's ceremony, ritual to prove that she's devout. And then all of a sudden, stuff starts to go down per usual with the Foundation. And then Toby storms in, right, with the Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, that so first of all, thanks to the audience, right, for that one. It was neck razor close between the redemption choice for Toby and the damnation choice for Toby, and we went with the damnation choice for Toby, which was throwing the cocktail at the Foundation. And I believe it's after that the room is maybe not what anyone expected anymore, and we start to see Well, what I guess the Foundation considers pretty concrete proof of the withering, which I don't think we've gotten details about the withering yet, but it doesn't sound like good business to me, Noah.
No, it sounds creepy, and it sounds like it involves some kind of monsters, and in general, I feel like the Foundation really doesn't need a lot of proof to believe that there's a withering. It's like, oh, I dropped my purse, so that means there's a withering, right? They're looking for it.
That is relatable to me though, because I definitely find divine reasons as to
Signs.
why I'm mildly inconvenienced that day. So like I do relate to that. I do get it. But
I
yeah,
think in the Silent Hill Ascension universe, there is like constant retrograde, Mercury retrograde.
yeah, I think that's very funny because I feel like people constantly talk about how like astrology isn't real. I feel like if monsters started popping up in my town during a Mercury retrograde, we'd be having a slightly different conversation. But yeah, things did not really turn out well for after Toby's little outburst there, Noah. I wouldn't feel comfortable.
It's a bit a catastrophe, but well, Rachel survived this. So I think the Purifier must like her. He has kind of a favorable opinion on Rachel. But anyhow, we hope you enjoyed revisiting that iconic scene. And we have a lot more coming today. Again, don't forget that we have our new scene debuting at 6. So let's talk about what happened so far.
Right. Well, we can also...
Oh, right. Let's talk about the decision.
Talk about what we saw earlier. We have some options here, Noah. We can talk about the scene we saw earlier. We can talk about the decisions. We did... Oh, let's see what production is going to guide us with. There should be... We're going to talk about the decisions. Great. So there are a couple of decisions closing today, which is very exciting.
This one I'm loving because this one seems like people here are down to cause some ruckus, right? Because people seem to be choosing that Mete will sleep in Carl's farm, right? Escándalo!
Escándalo! Man, I grew up on telenovelas, so this is like very much up my alley, right? And here we kind of see also Ingrid being a little bit proven right? Because to open, if folks remember, to open Ascension, she was already accusing Carl of cheating with Mete, and he said he wasn't, and but it seems like maybe he wasn't at the time, but there was certainly interest, Noah.
No, it definitely seems like there's tension there, and Carla, he has light in his eyes all of a sudden when he sees her.
Yeah, I mean that is the effect a lady with a really sharp pixie cut can have on you. Really give you some new energy, a new lease on life. But yeah, it's I'm curious to see if our audience will decide either way. Let me check on the numbers live right now.
Is it still leaning towards a scandalo? Let me check. But I'm really excited to see where this goes. But even though like the option of putting her in Astrid's place is even more like, now you're just like playing with fire.
That's just asking for trouble. It's doing. Yeah, it looks like we're a team of Scandalo here at Silent Hill Ascension, sleeping at the farmhouse, which is very exciting to me because again, grew up on telenovelas. I love a little bit of saucy scandal, and I think we should have more saucy scandal involving middle-aged people, frankly.
Oh my god, me too, because you know what, they've seen already some stuff and they're ready to share their wisdom with the world, even though sometimes they might not have it, because just because you're old doesn't mean you're smart.
I was gonna say they could also prove that they're still fools, right?
Yeah, well, but speaking of fools, let's talk about Pennsylvania so far. So, Lena, can you guide us through the story so far in Pennsylvania? Thank you, production, for pulling up the graphic.
Yeah, I would love to take you through the foolishness in Pennsylvania. So while Toby puts together the story exposing the Foundation, Eric arrives to convince him to back off. In the meantime, Xavier gives Rachel an unexpected request, asking that she keep it a secret, and Toby tries to convince Eric to leave the Foundation. Now, Noah, I don't know if ever in your youth you got roped into like a
cult?
pyramid. I'm gonna say a pyramid scheme. As women maybe in their younger 20s can. They're not easy to leave.
No, they're not easy to leave, but Eric so far seems like so there's two things happening at the same time. It's kind of like Rachel is low-key trying to get rid of Eric in the guidance of the Foundation, it seems. But Eric is being loyal to Rachel and ruining his friendship with dear Toby that we all love, it seems. I think so.
Bees in the chat for Toby, honestly.
Right. There's a lot of love for Toby.
There's a lot of love for Toby.
He's being like, there's the tension there. I feel bad for Eric because he's ruining his own life for Rachel. And Rachel is like, but you can tell, in my opinion, it seems like Rachel doesn't really want to. She's not eager to get rid of him, right?
No, it's a, I think to put it kindly, a messy relationship, right? I'm not feeling like a strong together couple from Eric and Rachel. I'm feeling more, it's those friends when you go to their wedding, and I'm sure you've been to one of these, you go to their wedding and you go, well, wonder how long this is gonna last, right? It's not like a fun thing to be thinking, but sometimes you have to have a sober mind about these things. So yeah.
I feel, yeah, sorry, please.
No, I was just gonna say that's the vibe I'm getting. Are you with me? Are you on team?
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of a marriage that they felt bad. Like the grandparents wanted them, maybe like they got knocked up with faith, and and some grandparent wanted to they were like, okay, you better get married, huh? That's how I feel.
A real shotgun. Well, yeah, I'm not feeling a lot of unity from these two. But I mean, to me, honestly, as a fan of Toby, as a Toby lover, again, bees for Toby, it is sad to me to watch this friendship fall apart because it doesn't seem to me like Toby has a lot of other friends.
Right. Though I have a controversial opinion.
Hit me.
I really like Toby. He's whiny.
Yeah, that's the appeal. No. That's the point.
Not in my house, Layla. Not in my house.
Oh, fair enough. I
would kick him to the curb.
Yeah, well, Eric's about you and Eric both. It seems like that's exactly what's happening. Well, that's interesting. Actually, I like this because not only is Toby then a polarizing figure among the two of us, but he actually tends to be kind of polarizing among the audience because if we think back to our scene from earlier, right, where we were talking about him chucking that Molotov cocktail, that was a razor sharp margin that we got to. I think the difference was 20,000 votes, right, where there were millions cast. So,
and we're gonna dig in more to the numbers later. So right now, for the current decision, we said that it looks like Mette is going to spend the night at Carl's place at the farmhouse, but time on the decision is closing soon. So be mindful of that because we're 6 minutes away from the new scene. So let's talk about the story so far in our lovely Norway. Layla, can you please walk us through the darkness of Norway?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So there's foolishness in Pennsylvania and foolishness in Norway. So far, Carl makes his decision about helping Eva learn to shoot, but is taken aback by an intruder on the farm. And in an effort to connect with her son, Astrid gives Orson a new doll. After years of unfulfilled longing, while all this is happening, as we mentioned before, Carl is catching up with Ingrid's sister, Mette. Mess everywhere. Mess with Ava wanting to learning how to shoot. Mess with Astrid Orson. Mess with this old couple trying to get together after all these years. A lot going on. None of it promising.
Right. And Layla, what did you think about the Hunter doll? Because you, the audience, you chose the Hunter doll. you were part of the design of the doll, right? Like in the process.
I was gonna say I've seen all 3 dolls.
Right.
I'm
You've
aware of all 3 dolls. I will say, I quite like the scientist doll just aesthetically, but I think I'm biased because I have family that works in medicine, so that's just like a thing that appeals to me. But I love the hunter doll. Who doesn't love an orange statement jacket, you know? And also, it's nice because it's like his grandpa who's a hunter, right? And of all the things Carl is messing up, like I know Astrid kind of very much gave him a hard time about Orson, but he does try with the kid, so that's pretty nice.
He does try, yeah, and it's nice that he would have at least somebody in his life. You know, he already has a good relationship with Astrid, his mother. It seems like they seem like they have a good bond there. So it's nice to connect him with Carl, and I think it's a way of being less alienating. Like it's more like we need a break, but still there's remnants of this in your life. We will respect your grandfather's profession and stuff like that, right? I don't know, but I'm kind of dying to see the other dolls, to be honest. Like, did Astrid make them in, like, did she make them?
Yeah, I thinking back into versions of the scripts I've read, and this is earlier in the story, I do believe she is the one sprucing them up, which is very sweet.
She's crafty. She's being crafty.
Yeah, quite good with her hands. She's got a microscope, she's got a sewing needle, she's not afraid to use them, which I love. But yeah, it's listen, I don't know about you, Noah, but I've got a soft spot for sad old men. I don't know why. I think it's just like growing up in the environment that I did. You're exposed to a lot of like sad old Slavic poets and stuff, so it just like is an aesthetic that rings to me. So in terms of what the audience actually chose, I like that it's the hunter doll, just like story based. How close was that one? Do we remember? I'm just like now that we have statistics, I feel like I'm so attached to checking the numbers. It's fun.
You're all statisticates. Like, wow, you're like hackers. You like numbers. You have it. Layla has a wall behind her where she keeps numbers of everything.
I know. Y'all just wait. It's gonna be kind of like whatever setup people have for election night. I'm about to steal it, and it's about to be here. Actually, the hunter doll and the scientist doll were once again neck and neck within 100,000 votes of each other, which is very interesting. I know. No one wanted the grandma doll.
Oh, no, grandma. Well, we are 2 minutes away from the show, though. So let's just recap a little bit what happened in the last few days. We had, of course, Mete, Carl, the Scandalo, the novella, the things brewing, the dolls, the foundation, Eric. Rachel wants to she doesn't know what to do with Eric. Eric kind of dropped Toby because he doesn't want to choose between him and his wife. A lot is going on, so please watch. And the current decision, as you saw, is closing too. So last 2 minutes to figure out if you want the Scandalo scenario or any other scenario. We will be here, Layla and I will be here after the show, so stick around for more fun with us and have fun. Enjoy the show.